Hello again, everybody. I thought I would do another video here. I've got a question. I want to see if anybody has any advice out there. I'm going to show you what my ideas are for planting the plot at the community garden that is 13 by 30. And then I've got some advice of something that I'm going to try this year that I've never tried before. But I found a website, I think it's called Annie's Kitchen Garden. It's a blog, and I'll post a link to that here in a little bit. But I want to put out my problem here, and see if you guys, more seasoned gardeners, or anybody who has an idea of what might work, just kind of show you what I'm thinking here. Okay, let me turn this around, and let me show you. Alright, this means nothing anymore except for the dimensions. I made this early in probably midwinter, I suppose. Got some graph paper and kind of worked on it and decided that I am going to do, I could have either done 15 rows that were 25 foot long or 13 rows that were 30 foot long. And I decided on the 13 because it looks like now, I didn't know this at the time, but I did lay it out 13 just because I figured I could get more of a variety that way, just the way I was thinking I was going to plant things, because down here I've got tomatoes that are going to take up 2 rows, and I really kind of went over this a few different times, but let me shorten this up a little bit by saying each square is a foot. Okay, so I've got Amarillo carrots here and cosmic purple carrots. I've got 30 feet of carrots going across from one end to the other, and as you can see, next to the carrots I have nothing, another foot. That's going to change what I'm putting there. I'm going to actually do the onions, which I was going to do here all the way across to kind of in the middle. I'm changing that because I know I'm going to be working with the onions first, and the garden runs east to west this way, so I'm basically looking to the south from this vantage point. So that dark space would be the garden to the south of me. The white space over here would be the path that I have access to. This white space down at the bottom is the garden to the north of me, and this is the garden to the east of me. All right. My thoughts are 1 foot all the way across to 1 foot wide row. So for carrots, I'm going to be able to put, maybe 3 carrots, 4 carrots, 6 carrots per foot, 9 carrots per foot. I don't know actually how many I'm going to be able to fit per square foot. But I'm thinking I don't need necessarily to have 1 foot in between each row, do I? If I'm planting things like carrots and radishes and turnips, maybe 6 inches per row would be good, because really, if you think about it, except for what I'm going to put up here at the top row and here down at the bottom, they're going to be 6 inches on either side of everything. So really, if something needs to bush out, like a broccoli or a cauliflower or a lettuce, something like that, maybe even to go as far as to say a small pepper plant, I don't need a full foot on either side, because I'm going to be losing quite a bit of space there. So I'm thinking 6 inches maybe on either side, except for when I come down and do something like the tomatoes. Tomatoes are really bushy. Even in the tomato guards and in the tomato cages, they branch out quite a bit. They take up quite a bit of space. So I think I'm going to take up 2 rows for tomatoes and maybe a foot in between each row. But I'm really thinking of going 6 inches. What do you guys think? 6 inches between each row, a foot between each row, so it's easier access to walk down and weed and harvest. I don't know. I'm thinking of going with the rows east to west instead of north to south, because if the sun is starting over here, going all the way across, I'm going to get the most coverage that way, Whereas if I had the lines running north and south, if I had something like a tomato here, if I went ahead and put Swiss chard next to the tomato on the west, it's going to be blocked from the sun for half the day. So I really think that planning east to west instead of north to south is the way to go also. Now, this is just a regular napkin. It's fairly water soluble. You can test that by unfolding your napkin and wetting it just a little bit in the corner and then trying to tear it with your hands. Open that up here. Now, you open up the napkin, and size-wise, it is about a foot square. Okay, so you got about a foot square, a water-soluble napkin here. And what I do is, let's say I'm going to plant spinach. So I'm going to take a marker, and you don't have to take a marker, you can eyeball this. But just so I can remember where I'm working at here, I'm going to put 9 dots on the edges and down the center. I'm going to pull out here so you can see this here in a minute. And then 1 dot in the center. Roughly in the center. Okay? Alright. And then I'm going to take my seed of choice, which this time will be lettuce, and this is the oak leaf lettuce from Baker Creek Seeds. Get that open just a little bit. Alright. And I'm also going to have some water-soluble, non-toxic glue, the kind from your local dead cow rendering plant, most likely. And I'm going to put a little drop of glue right where one of those dots were. And then I'm going to put a seed right there. Can you see that? Let me do that again because my camera control is way off. Okay, I'm going to take a dot. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue on it, not much at all. And then I've poured some of these lettuce seeds out here. And you know, if it's really a tiny seed like this lettuce seed, you can actually take a toothpick and wet it to pick up the seed. Okay. And right there, zoom in, right there on that water-soluble, non-toxic glue is a lettuce seed. And I'm going to go and do that on every dot. So I'm going to have 13 lettuce seeds total. Now if you're planting carrots, you might want to put them closer together. If you're planting something like beets, maybe a little further apart. I don't know. I'm probably going to do the beets about the same distance apart too, because they're not going to get that big. And then on the page, once I am done, I'm going to write what it is with just a ballpoint pen, or you can use your marker again if you don't mind using your marker. So I'll write lettuce on that one when I'm finished. But here we go. This is a finished product. And let me zoom in here. Spinach. Spinach. Spinach seeds. Got 13 spinach seeds there. Now, what's this going to do for me? This is has turned into a seed mat, a water-soluble seed mat. I can set these at any time of the year that I want. I've got a 1 foot square, 13 seed mat that I can now take to the garden plot or my home garden and lay out. Sprinkle a little potting soil on top so it doesn't blow away, and then rake the rest of the soil on top to the depth that is needed for that specific type of plant. Water, and now I have perfect spacing. Now if you're concerned about the viability of your seeds, whether they're going to germinate or not, you might want to put a couple of dots of glue in each area, or make some extra dots and put some more seeds down. You can thin it out definitely later.